This is another video on a 3.2 swap from a Touareg into a Golf instead of a 2.8. And this is another way to take your engine off of the engine stand. Just use the strap, went over the rails, hoisted it up and setting it down on this thing. Then I can move it around wherever I need it. I am gonna be using the oil cooler from the Touareg. And just to compare to the stock GTI 2.8 cooler, this is it, and there's the Touareg cooler. It's massive, it's thicker, it's I'd say at least 30% bigger than the regular one. I am gonna use the fuel rail. I'm gonna try to use it. I'm gonna feed through here, and then I think I'm gonna just take the this thing out and put a regulator on the outside to regulate the pressure in the fuel rail that way and keep this big and fat fuel rail. This pulley is actually bigger than the 2.8, plus the belt is wider. I'm not sure if I'm gonna have any clearance issues, but I want to keep this one because it's bigger size, which basically will create like an underdrive pulley for the rest of the parts. So we'll see if that ends up happening, if it works or not. Once I get the engine closer to the vehicle, I'll be able to see if it clears the frame rail and if we need to swap it to the other one. But the other one is smaller. I am looking for a three-way to go in here so I can keep my temp sensor and oil pressure sensor, the ones that I had on the vehicle before. So far, I've replaced the oil pan and that bolts up right up to it, no modification anywhere. The oil pump, I ended up using a new one because the Touareg oil pump is different, the pickup is different, and you can't just change the pickup, it's part of the pump. I was trying to make one pump out of the two using the bottom pickup part from the engine that failed, and then the top part with the gears from the Touareg, but the gears were differently, and when I went to grab my gears, they were scored. I decided I'll get a new pump. I don't know if it's gonna be a good pump or not. This is a Fabi Bilstein. It says we produce quality, but this kind of scares me. Who knows? We'll see what happens, and hopefully nobody had bad experience with those pumps. I did want to get a OE pump, but it was just at least 1.5 times more than this one. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, it is just a pump, 2 gears, pushing oil, and there's a regulator valve in there for if the oil's too thick or too much oil, it cuts the pressure down. But my pump had scoring. It has scoring everywhere, so I didn't want to use that. So, and I'm gonna leave the cooler alone for now. Like I said, I'm gonna take the oil pressure sensor and the oil temp sensor and keep using it. So that's it for now so far on the 3.2 swap from a Touareg. Oh, one last thing that I know for sure is the lower timing chain cover right here is different. Mine doesn't have this booger that comes out over here. So I think I'm just gonna cut it or grind it down. I'm not gonna bother replacing the lower timing cover. everything else over here looked the same. And this was sad. The engine was standing on a stand, and for it to be able to flip all the way around, I moved it out closer over here, and I couldn't pin it. And it's been sitting for 2 years. I forgot about it completely, and the engine just swung on its own. And when it swung, it clipped these and broke them. Really, really sad, because I did not want to get in here or do anything with the timing cover. But I think I'm gonna try it for now, run it using some kind of a sealer to go over this and seal it all the way to the wires on both, just to keep any moisture out. And then eventually we'll see, we'll replace it or whatever. This plug was a little bit different. I just used the knife to shave it. I'm not sure if internally it's any different, but it's just a valve to regulate the VVTi. I don't think it's any different. Again, we'll find out if the check engine light is on or not. I am gonna be eliminating the secondary air injection. So I was thinking of just cutting threads in here and using a bolt to plug this hole. We'll need to get some gaskets that plug these holes up. Or my other thing that I wanted to do was to use like a threaded rod or something to block these little holes up. And then the rest of it is gonna be basically, this will be open probably to the air, and then I don't have to worry about exhaust gas leaking, yet it'll be open so it cools off or whatever. Other than that, it's going alright so far. I've been kind of slow at it, but hopefully sometime soon this thing will be running. See you next one.